Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to another segment of Designer Mind. This week I'm trying something new. I've decided to do some one-on-one coaching with some of the students from my Webflow Masterclass and try to help them personally grow and succeed in their business. Nothing to do with Webflow specifically, just try to help them succeed in their design career. So I've started doing one-on-one calls, and this is actually the first of them. And I'm putting it out there on the internet so that all of you can benefit from them. In this conversation, I'm talking with Mark. He's a 25-year-old designer from the Philippines, and he's trying to make the move from graphic design into more web design and UX, UI design. I hope you'll find this conversation valuable for you as well. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this new segment? Enjoy. What's up, Mark? Glad to meet you.
I'm good.
How are you?
Glad to meet you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Or where are you calling from?
I'm from the Philippines.
All right.
I'm an advertising arts student here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
And I do 25.
25. Where are you based in the Philippines?
Philippines, in Cebu.
Cebu? Okay, that's awesome. My sister was just visiting there and she really, really liked it.
Oh, where did she visit?
I think she was all around like islands and
right.
just touring vacation kind of thing. Amazing. So you're a student, and while you're a student, you're working in an advertising agency?
Yeah, more on graphic design.
Okay.
And a little bit of motion graphics.
Okay. Great.
And yeah.
And you, when you study, you're studying graphic design or?
Advertising art.
Advertising art.
More
okay.
on advertising, yeah.
Is it like a full program, like few years of program?
It's a 4-year course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when do you work? Do you work shifts or how do you work?
My work is mostly part-time, so anytime I don't have class, I can just go and work. Work is mostly flex time. So
great.
Whenever.
But you work from their office. You're not working from home or something.
No, I'm working from the office.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then I take some freelance gigs on the side.
All right.
But mostly graphic design related.
When you say graphic design, you mean like branding or print design or something like that?
Yeah, mostly poster designs, social media posts, some flyers, brochures, those kind of stuff.
Cool. Awesome. And you told me, I think that your goal is to kind of move into freelancing full time. Is that?
Yes. My plan is like, hopefully, I graduate by the end of this year. So I'm planning to, if I could like stop my part-time thing and do freelancing more.
Where do you get your clients right now? The clients that you freelance for?
Mostly it's just through word of mouth. So from a few clients, yeah.
Got it. And you're not interested to kind of move into full time are you interested in advertising, or you want to move into more web design, or like where are you aiming for?
I'm more interested right now in moving more towards web design, web development. Yeah, I might go full time if freelance. I'm not making enough in freelance, but as much as possible, I want to stay away from going full time because it will take up like the whole day being at the office, and the pay isn't that well here in the Philippines.
Okay.
So maybe roughly around let's just say like less than $300 US dollars or $400.
That's what you're making right now, but right now this is the full time, or this is what you're making right now?
No, that's the full time.
Okay, that's the full time.
Would be around $300 a month.
I see.
Now I make like $250.
Okay.
So not much difference.
But and are you still living with your parents, or you have your own place, or what's your
I have my own
situation?
place.
You have your
Yeah.
own place. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is your expenses? Like how much money do you need to make to cover yourself?
Um, maybe around $150 or
150.
$200.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
a month.
even if you keep that part-time job, you're actually making enough money to sustain yourself.
Yes, yes.
And how much money do you currently make from freelancing?
Freelancing, it depends because are months where I have where I can make around $200. There are months where I don't make anything. There are months I make like $50.
Okay, it's not consistent.
It's not consistent at all.
Okay, I see. Okay, and your goal is what do you want to happen? Let's say, but wait, when do you finish your school? When is the year ends?
Before the year ends, so maybe I think it's by December.
Okay, so the school year ends in December.
Yeah.
And what do you want to happen by then? By that time?
I want to hopefully be doing freelance full time, and
Why, by the way,
maybe
why is that?
it's just because more time for myself.
But you
More
basically told
like-
me that even with part-time job at the advertising, you can make a living part-time and you have plenty of time.
Oh yeah, good point. But I just want to make a little bit more so I can move into a better place.
So is it,
'Cause,
okay.
and have more savings because like as of now $50 a month savings isn't that much.
Okay, I see. Okay, so there's two things here. One of them is flexibility of time, and the second thing is actually making more money. Right?
And yeah, and then I've noticed is like with the freelance and the part-time thing, I get in flex time, like it depends on my schedule, but I noticed I exert a lot of effort and the pay to me I think isn't equivalent to the effort I put in.
In which type of job? In the
In
freelance or in the
in both the freelance and the part-time.
What do you mean? I'm not sure I understood.
Because they expect a lot, and it's the usual things where like they expect a lot of things done, a lot of posters and designs done in a short amount of time with a little budget. Yeah.
Okay, so let me try to recap everything because I think there's a lot of things going on. First of all, there's multiple things at play here. First of all, there's the move from like a position, part-time position into full-time freelance, which means in order to do that, you need consistency of clients. That's problem number one. The second problem is making more money. So that means maybe finding not more of the same clients that you have right now, but finding different clients, finding better clients, right?
Yes.
I would say that that's problem number two. And then problem number three is you're trying to make a shift from being a graphic designer into more of a web designer. Is it only, by the way, web design for websites, or are you also interested in product design, designing apps and stuff like that, or what's your interest more?
Both. I've been reading a lot and researching a lot on both web design and product design. I think I'm interested in doing both.
Okay, got it.
I could see myself doing both, but if it's just web design, I think I'm good with just web design. But maybe in the future, I think I would want to go touch a little bit on product design.
Okay, got it. Now, in terms of free time, or because let's say right now you want something to change, which means you have to change the way, you have to change what you're doing, right? So either you do more of something or you stop doing something that you want right now. So what I want to ask you is, how much free time do you have to invest to fix those problems? Or what are you willing to give up in order to solve the problems? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes.
Because obviously we need to think about what you need to do to make this shift. But what I'm worried about is, like, we can come up with a bunch of things for you to do, but then you don't actually have time to do them because you're in school, then you're at work, then you have freelance. So when are you going to do those extra things? You're never going to have the time to do them.
I think I'm willing to maybe getting rid of some of my freelance clients, because I think they're not that good clients.
Yeah. I think I agree with you, because they're not the clients that you want to work with. And from what I understand, you're making enough money to survive by just keeping your part-time job, so you don't need them, right? Am I correct with that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But if you drop them, then still between your schoolwork and your part-time job, will you have time to do other initiatives?
Yeah. But probably mostly it would be from around 5 p.m. onwards.
Yeah. So working your nights and weekends on stuff like that.
Yeah, nights and weekends. Yep.
Got it. Okay. So now I would think about, did you ever do web projects, or do you have something that you can show as portfolio if you would to have even the opportunity with new better clients? I didn't get to see your portfolio. Really... Do you have something online?
Wait. I've made before a website portfolio for myself. I sent it. Oh wait.
Oh yeah. No, I can open that up here. All right, got it.
But oh no, I forgot. It has no web design. It's more of a print, motion graphics.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Overall, just looking at it quickly, it looks good. I mean, but you say it does not show web design work.
My web design is mostly just me doing sketches and stuff, but no actual web design work yet.
Got it. So I think if I'm trying to be practical, I think you would need to prioritize, what do you want to happen first? Do you want what is more important? First, to be a full-time freelancer, or to make the move from print or, let's say, graphic design to web design? Because I think that to say I'm going to build myself a portfolio of web design work and start to find better paying clients within, how many months do we have until the end of the year? We have 7 months, right? On top of your on top of your current obligations, I think that's a lot. So if you would have to prioritize, what is more important? Let me picture two scenarios to you, and you'll tell me what you think is better. One, you'll find better paying clients for your current graphic design work, and you'll be able to quit your job and freelance full-time, but as a graphic designer, and then slowly make the shift into web design. Or option number two, you keep your part-time job at the agency, you build up a portfolio, you start to develop the skills of a web designer, and then slowly over time you'll make the move to freelance, but freelancing full-time won't happen by December. What do you think? What do you think is more appealing?
I think it would be better to build my web design skills.
Okay, so you say you prioritize making the shift into web design higher than making the move to freelance. So
yes, yeah.
So you say, yeah, I can keep my part-time job, build my skills, build my resume, do portfolio, do a freelance once in a while to build a portfolio. Then once I have enough of that, I can make the move to full-time freelance.
Yes, because I'm currently doing fine with my part-time, so I don't really need the money as much yet.
I think,
so.
I think that's a better strategy. I agree with you. Because I think that if you go into the route of going full-time freelance as a graphic designer, you'll build more connections, and the clients that you'll work with will bring their friends who will want the same thing that they got. So it will put you in the loop of keeping doing graphic design. While if you make the shift, I think that you can start building a portfolio and creating relationships with people who need websites. Then, when you have good experience with working with people and you have a portfolio, the chances of them bringing up other people who want other web design or app design or whatever is likely. And I do think that in general, web design and product design are higher paying jobs than graphic design. So that will also allow you to get to where you want in terms of making more money. So I think that's a good strategy. So I would look for ways to build a portfolio while building relationships with the relevant people. And I think something that would be helpful is if you identify right now who would be your ideal customer. And when I say that, what type of website would you like to design for what type of clients? Because there can be a website for a restaurant, but it can also be a website for a tech company, and it can also be a website for whatever, for sports team. If you find the niche that you're passionate about and you want to do great work for, it'll be easier for you to build a portfolio, to do side projects, to create relationships. Is there anything like that you can think of in terms of a niche that's interesting for you? Maybe you have connections or friends in that business that you can help build websites for or something like that?
Currently, nothing comes to mind.
All right.
With a niche.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's find this through a different route. If you can have the perfect client today, what would that be? Who's the company or client that you most want to work with? You say, oh man, I'd love to do their website.
Oh, maybe probably tech companies, international companies.
Give me an
international
example.
Tech companies.
Give me an example.
Maybe I think more on startups, because.
Give me an example. Give me a name of a company that you like or that you think they're awesome and you'd like to work with. You'd love for them to hire you.
Oh, have you heard of Grab?
Grab?
No. Yeah.
No, let me Google that.
It's like Uber for the Philippines.
Okay, cool. I don't know them, but yeah, I guess it's
maybe some of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are local tech companies.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there a lot of them in the Philippines? Are there a lot of tech companies or?
No, not really. I think there are a few, but mostly it's they're tech companies from other countries that come here.
That
So
hire
not
people?
necessarily, yeah, that not necessarily they started out here.
Yeah, got
They
it. But
just
they have
came here.
offices
Yeah,
there. Okay, so
yeah,
there's Grab. Is it a big company?
yeah. It's pretty big here. Yeah, in Asia, I think. Yeah.
And they have an office in Cebu?
Uh, I think in Manila
In
they
Manila.
have.
Okay. Why won't you go work for them full time?
I don't think I
Would
have
they
a.
if they'd call you up tomorrow, would you take that offer? It's not freelance, it's full time. Would you do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Would you take that
yeah,
job?
yes.
Okay. That's interesting, I think. And you think they won't hire you because of what?
Because I don't think I have enough experience with UI UX design.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. But it's interesting for you. Are you using their product when you get taxis or stuff like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And you think it's good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So, one idea I think can be a good way to learn and also create relationships and stuff like that is to make an exercise for yourself. If you've been reading a little bit about the process of UX and product design and stuff like that, is to come up with, hey, I'm using this product. Here are the things that I find that could be improved or I think that are not working well. And let me suggest ways to design and fix them. And you can make a project, side project, personal project out of that and make a suggestion. Now, one thing that's good about this is that you can use this as a case study in your portfolio. And it doesn't matter that nobody paid you to do that. You can do that because it shows how you think as designer. The second thing that you can do with it is send this over to them alongside a video saying, hey guys, look, I'm a designer based here in the Philippines. I'm really excited about your project. I really love your product. I use it every day. I've made some suggestions and improvement that I think can work. And would love for you to see that, would love to come join you or something like that. Just, I would do a little bit of research, see if they have a team in the Philippines, see if you could find who's the designer that's working there right now. Can I send this to them? Or how can I get in touch with them and build a relationship? And just ask some questions. Hey, I love, let's say you could find the designer, I don't know, on Dribble, LinkedIn, whatever, and then reach out and say, hey, look, I love your app. I'm also a designer. I was wondering, why did you do it this way and not that way? And maybe you can improve it that way. What do you think? And just make a friendly conversation and get to know if you think that you're not good enough, which is, so I would consider how can you learn from people who are good enough? And obviously the people that work in the company are good enough. How can you learn from them? How can you connect to them so that you can learn and improve? And once you start getting in touch with them, building a relationship with them, and also doing projects that are helpful for them, then even if they don't end up hiring you, you have a case study for this type of company. And let's say their competitor or somebody else in the tech world in the Philippines are Googling, whatever, who's the designer for that or design case study for Grab, because they always want to see who's working for their competitor. They might end up finding you. And that could be a way for them to, understand who you are and see how you think and what your skills are. And obviously your skills will improve by doing that.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I
I,
think yeah.
is it a good idea? Like, yeah, it's a good idea, or like, is it a good idea? Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that next week or
Yeah,
something. Like,
I maybe I think this weekend I might try and do that. Yeah, because I really think I really want to get into tech. So
okay, so that's good.
yeah.
One thing I would also do is try to make a list of at least 10 companies, I think. And I would like to, I think it's good to start with your local, your local area. So if in your, is Cebu a big city? Sorry, I don't know.
Uh, it's fairly big. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure there are some companies that have offices or, design studios or something like that around. And I would try to come up with ideas for them just as a way for you to get in touch with them. If you could, this is an idea that, I got from, there's this guy called James Altucher, which I like. He's a writer, and one of the things that he said is that he comes up with 10 ideas for companies, and then he just sends them this. Hey, here's a gift. Like, here's 10 ideas I think that can improve your business. That's it. I don't want anything. It's for you. I thought about this. And, you're a designer, so you have skills. And you can do things for them, and those can be ideas for an app, idea for a banner, idea for whatever, a landing page. And when you do that and you send them as a gift, they don't ask for you to do that, but it shows goodwill and it shows initiative, and it gets your foot in the door, and they know who you are once you do that. So chances are maybe next time they'll look for somebody, they might reach out to you. They already know who you are. Now, the good thing about this is you're doing it for free, but they didn't ask you to do it for free. So when they'll reach out to you, you don't have a relationship that's, oh, I'm doing things for free, or I'm a junior designer, so I have cheap rates. This you did as a gift to them, but once they come to you, you can negotiate a price that's decent for you. You understand? It's not like the relationship is not as somebody who's like, hey, like, do this job for free for me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yes. I think I understand. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is there's a difference between somebody asks you to do work for free, which is basically not a good idea and you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't work for free. But when you do it out of your own initiative, because you want to do it, because you're passionate, because you have a good idea for them, then it's a gift for them. And it does not set up the relationship as in you're working for free. It's a different framing for you.
Okay.
And I think, you can do, one of the great ways to build a portfolio is to do side projects. And if you could do side project that will also create relationships or help to get your name out there, and not to other designers on Dribble or something like that, because that's the likelihood of that getting you clients is, I guess, lower. But with the relevant people, you understand? Because you have basically, let's say 10 companies, relevant companies in the Philippines that you want to work with. You can get started with them. And I know that you've mentioned before, like working with international clients. I think that's great. But I think that you have right now, before you have a portfolio, before you have experience, you have more edge with people who you can speak the language, you can get to their office, versus, a company that can, that you're just another person in the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. So you think I should focus more on local before I start going international?
I think first you can also do this internationally, right? You can do that for Uber, but you just have to remember that the competition there is much bigger. You know,
Okay.
Uber has access to like the best talent in the world, and they have the money, and everybody's reaching out to them and standing in line to work with them. And you you have better chances, I think, with people who are in your local area, people who are looking to work with, you know, Philippines people. I think that will increase your chances. But I think that once you've built a portfolio and a client base that is tech, but local tech, making that jump from local tech to international tech is much easier because you have a strong portfolio. You know how things work. You know, I think that leap.
Okay.
I think that's a better place to start with.
Okay.
And
Okay.
look, I most of the clients that I work with are local as well. You know, there's specifically, I'm in Tel Aviv, and there's a big tech scene here, so it's easy because there's just a lot of companies based here. But it's whenever you're talking to somebody and you can get to their office in 20 minutes, you have an edge versus somebody who you
Okay.
need to schedule a call, you know, and talk to.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's you have a point there. It is a lot easier to get in here because I speak their language. Maybe they trust me more because I'm from here. So yeah, I see where you're trying to what you're trying to say. Yeah, I think.
Okay, cool. Because I don't think it's relevant if I just push ideas on you. I want to know if you're like if you're engaged by them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't really say much, but like because I agree 100%. I'll
Okay,
probably start doing this. Maybe tomorrow I'll start listing out companies, see what I can do, how I can improve their websites, their apps or whatever, and then maybe start sending it out.
good, awesome. And then I think if I would look at your kind of like goal for the end of the year or something, then I would say that if by the end of the year you have a new website that you can show at least maybe 4 case studies. I don't think that you need more than 4 case studies. And it's okay if all those case studies are your own projects, but they are in depth and they show good work and they show process. And that website presents you as a web designer or a UX UI designer, then you can start working on, you know, building the freelancing, turning that into a full-time thing next year. But I think if I would be you, I would say like my goal is to be able to position myself to say I'm a web designer or I'm a UX UI designer. Here's a website that shows my work doing that specific work. Not even mention that you work in advertising, not even mention the previous freelance, just this is what I do. And if you know what you do before can help you get paying clients or freelance clients doing that kind of work, that's amazing. But even if not, I would focus on building the skill by doing actual projects. Yeah, I think so. Do you think that's
Okay,
feasible?
so yeah, I think so. Yeah, like you said, yeah, I should change my goal for this year. Yeah, so it'll be getting a website up that's purely UI UX design, and then so four. You
I think four is
recommend
enough. I
four? Okay.
mean, if you, I don't think that I think four good ones are better than eight average ones. So
Okay.
maybe,
Okay.
and I don't know where you are right now with your skills, because I haven't been able to see that type of work. But maybe if you do need to, learn a little bit, read some articles about how to do a good process, look at good case studies, and so that you can, when you start on a project, you'll be able to do good work. Yeah, I think that's, and I think 7 months to hone the craft and create even four case studies, again, while trying to reach out to them and be proactive about that and create relationships. Yeah, I think that's feasible. Again, I'm not sure how many hours you can allocate per week. You said you'll work from 5 p.m. on that, but it looks feasible.
Yeah. No, I can work on weekends, nights. Yeah, because I'm really passionate about this, so it doesn't matter how much time I need. I can move things around to find
Okay,
time. Yeah.
cool, cool. So how would you, let's think together, how would you structure kind of like a timeline for the upcoming, period? What's your action
Um.
items now when we're getting off the call?
So probably tonight I might start researching 10, or maybe I might make it 15 companies, local companies, tech companies that I can help improve, and then maybe tomorrow till the end of next week, I'll start listing down, checking where I can improve, or what I can improve, what needs improvement in their um, websites, UI, UX, or whatever. So, and then if I have at least 5 or 10 companies with like a concrete list of things to improve on, I might start working on them. Maybe the not really sure how much time it needs. Maybe I might try a few weeks, like a month, one company a month, and then work on it, and then maybe at the end of the month send what I worked on over to them. Then the next month another company. So I have 7 months. So maybe at the end of the 7 months, I've sent out to 7 companies.
Okay, that's
Then
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so if you would have to think right now, predict forward, what could be, what could make this not work? Is there anything that can happen that would make you
Uh,
not complete this plan?
um, I don't think there's anything that will stop me. I might need to like research a bit more, because I think I don't. I think I lack a little knowledge on web design, because I've mostly been working on print design. So maybe that transitioning and like changing the way I design from, because print and some of the principles are the same, but there are some stuff that are different. So have to start shifting the way I think, maybe. Yeah.
I think maybe one thing that also would be helpful would be to have somebody to get feedback on your work. Do you have any other designer friends or community around you in the Philippines, that designer friends or something like that?
Recently, I've been reaching out to some groups here in Cebu. So
There are meetups and stuff like
hopefully,
that.
they have meetups, but I haven't really joined one of their meetups yet because most of their meetups are about back end development.
There's no
So
about design.
uh, so far, because I've only started looking for them recently, a few weeks ago. So recently, I haven't heard of any meetups about design. Is mostly back end
Yeah.
development. But
And
I've
have you
heard
engaged with? I saw
they've
that
had.
you've engaged with some of the people in our group for the Webflow Masterclass group.
Yeah, I've been chatting up with some of the members, asking feedback and may asking like if you guys need anything I can help with. I you don't really need to charge me. I'll work for free. I just need want to get some experience.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Good. All right. What else?
Uh, Basically, you made it very clear to that what I need to do. So
All
thank
right.
you, thank you.
Okay. Awesome, Mark. I'm really
Yeah.
happy. Let's follow up. Let's follow up in a few months and see. And you can always send me messages about your progress, and let's make sure that that you rock and roll by the end of the year.
Yeah, thank you so much. You made it like so clear. I think I know what to do now. Yeah.
Awesome. So happy. This was actually the first time for me trying to help somebody this way. And so I didn't have any idea how this would work. So I hope this was helpful for you.
Yeah, it is very helpful. Thank you so much.
Amazing,
Honestly,
man.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Alright.
We'll be in touch in the
Thanks.
group and stay in touch.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk soon.
Bye.